Hi everyone, it's Linda from LyndaCreates, and you could tell I'm not in my studio. I'm on another adventure, little camping trip, so I decided to sit out here in the beautiful sparkly sunshine under the wispy trees and continue stitching part 2 of my Halloween cat patch. When I left off stitching last week, it looked a little scary. So now I've done some stitching. It's starting to look a little more friendly. I'm just going to sit here and do some stitching and share a little bit and let you enjoy the outdoors along with me. So I'm at a point now that I need to decide the guiding stitches, where I want them to go, which direction. Okay, so you could kind of see the directions my stitches are going. And because these are guiding stitches, they're just lining up the way I want them to line up. And I'll go back in and fill them in. But other than that, the wind is gorgeous. It's warm, not too bad in the shade here. And I love the sun, the dapple sunlight. So what I'm doing now is I have the guiding stitches to tell me directions that I need to stitch. So now it's like filling in like you would with kind of just like painting or paint by numbers. And once you have the directions, you kind of know which way you're going. I don't know if you could hear the birds. There's some pretty birds singing. So I have half of the cat's face done. And I'll come over here. Okay, so on this edge right here, I'm going to come back in with a little bit of whiskers, highlights. So I'm overlapping it a bit, but I'll come back in and define that area. I just wanted to show I'm working on the ear right now, and this is where the black ink from my printer leaked, I guess. So I just want to show that once you start stitching over this area, well, actually you won't notice it because it will all be covered. Then you're going to cut away all this other part over here. So at least in this type of use, there is some flexibility. Would be better not to have that, but I always look at it as conserving fabric. Okay, so there's a little cat. Just have a little bit on the ears. I've decided to do this pale color. It's the same color I used for the nose. It's more of a pale peach color, I guess. I thought it would be too common to do it in pink. I decided to do it in this color, which is sort of a pale peach. The other thing with choosing this more subtle shade is that I didn't want to detract from the face and the bow of my Halloween cat. So can you see that? It's there, but it's subtle. So I'll just do the other ear next. I finished the cat face, and now you can see where the fuzzy printing had no effect on the final piece up in this corner, because I'm also going to cut away a lot of this as well. But I have to do the bow now, and I was debating on the color because it is Halloween. I also have some orange inside, but I was thinking of doing gold, because that's kind of a autumny color. Or should it be orange? I guess it should be orange. Okay, let me run in, see if I could pull up some orange floss that I like. Okay, so these are the two orange colors I decided upon. They're nice, soft, muted orange. Yes, I like that. Let me get stitching. So I started with the lighter orange, and I'm filling in the bow, at least the center knot of the bow. And then I'll work my way out. And then from here, I'll start going in horizontal directions. And I have the darker orange, which is going to be the shaded parts in here. But for right now, the majority of this bow will be this lighter orange. And again, I'll do directional stitches just to guide me. And I'll just keep filling in this area with this lighter color. So I have half of the bow done. You could kind of see that. And again, I'm doing some guiding stitches. And of course, the wind picks up suddenly. Just thought I'd share a little bit of the scenery in front of me. Very pretty. And the sun coming through the leaves. Love that. Just thought I'd share. Well, other campers are coming in. I think my quiet stitching afternoon is over. Well, I'm back in the studio, and you could see where I left off on my cat patch. And I did the whiskers in what is known as a turkey stitch, and it allows for a dimensional stitch. So I thought it was perfect for the whiskers. So now what I want to do is trim it out, and I'll get rid of all of this on the fabric, but I'm going to trim it out, and then I'm going to do the edging. And to trim it, I'm going to cut off and leave about 1/8 of an inch completely around it. That's the main cutting. Then what I like to do is come in with the finer sharp scissor and fine tune the cut. So any place that I feel like isn't narrow enough, it's just nice to cut in there. And I'm cutting through both the fabric on top and the felt in back. So it has some substance to it as well. And really the only thing I'm trying to do is keep it consistent, the distance away from my stitching, but also I want to make sure that I don't cut any of the stitches front or back. So now that I have my little cat and his funny little whiskers, I'm going to go back in and do the edges, and I'm going to do it, I decided on a purple color because it is a Halloween cat, and it's a little bit of a bright purple, but I thought I needed a little punch of color. So I'm going to start on the cat. I like to start the edge stitching on a fairly straight area, so let me go ahead, and I also tend to go clockwise. I don't know if it makes a difference. And I'm using 3 strands. And the other reason I'm using a very more intense bright color here is because it is such a narrow part and I wanted it to stand out. And if you want, if the whiskers get in the way, you could always decide to add them at the end. And you can see now, you don't see any of that little black ink that was on the fabric in this corner. So I'm just going to continue around and finish this off. So I am almost done stitching this. I didn't time this one, so I don't know how long it took. Okay. So I have my cat. He has his whiskers. But there's the finished cat. And I wanted to show it with the original drawing that I scanned. And here's a cleaned up version of it in the computer with the bow. But I just wanted to show the pencil version, and you could see it's on tracing paper, but you could see how it turns into whatever you want it to turn into. This is the finished cat and my sketch, and just an easy and unique way to do a patch by adding a few extra dimensional stitches, because an machine embroidered patch, you'd never be able to do whiskers like that, or the machine wouldn't do whiskers like that. So now all I'm going to do is add some iron-on adhesive on the back so that I could iron it on to something. But here's my fun Halloween hand-drawn scaredy cat. And if you enjoyed that, please be sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell so that you'll be notified when I post new videos. And please leave a comment. I love hearing comments from everyone. And I hope you enjoy my stitching on my travels. It's fun. It's very relaxing. So again, please check out my website, LyndaCreates.com. That's Linda with the Y. And I'm going to start putting some of these drawings onto my website so people can download them. So I want to thank everyone for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!